It's a puzzle. Cool. Would you like to play? Yeah. This should go here. Yes. Okay. Next. What are you guys doing? Oh, we're doing a puzzle.
Oh, yeah! Let's play this, guys.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Red team, let's get ready. Yes. Awesome. Thanks. Hey guys. Hi. Whoa. We did it.
This is Leah. 2 minutes and she's out. But you've been trying for 2 hours. I'm sure you've tried every trick in the book. Like trying to stop thinking, stop crap, I thought. Or trying to relax. Oh! It's not that these techniques are useless. In fact, they're actually pretty good. Unfortunately, you probably had more important things to learn at school. This here is Hishram. Relaxing fast is his thing. Just look. He focuses on his breathing. and he progressively slows it down. And by slowing his breathing, all the way down to about 6 breaths a minute, he stimulates the baroflex, a physiological mechanism that allows him to become completely calm in just a few minutes. And when it comes to not thinking, he's pretty good at that too. He can concentrate on his breathing for a really long time and remain undistracted by buzzing thoughts. But you are not Hishram. Even in bed, you struggle to focus on your breath for more than 20 seconds at a time. Actually, your attention span is probably more like Bob's than Hishram's. That's why we've designed Dodo. It helps you fall asleep by making you almost as chill as Hishram. I'll have one of those. You synchronize your breathing with the light projected on the ceiling. By focusing on something outside your own head, you'll pay less attention to the thoughts that are keeping you awake. At the same time, just like a metronome, Dodo helps slow down your breathing from 11 to 6 breaths a minute, which helps relieve your anxiety. And so, in less than 8 minutes, you'll find yourself ready to doze off. Dodo won't turn you into a Buddhist monk, but it will help you fall asleep faster. And that's probably all you need.
Alright, so right off the bat, this is not something you would buy for sound quality, but rather for showcase, a conversation piece, the wow factor, which I think it's best suitable for office or desk environments. When a product looks this fancy, 9 times out of 10, that's its strongest selling point. In fact, there's not too much detail about the speaker's specs itself, besides the fact that it's only 5 watts, which that alone says a lot. But despite that, I think for what it is, it still sounds pretty decent. The speaker itself looks kind of like a Pokeball. If you've ever watched the cartoon Pokemon, you know what I'm talking about. It has a little weight to it, and that's largely due to the huge magnet on the bottom half of the device. I really like the blue LED accents, like the ring that glows around it, which is one of the first things that attracted me to it. Your speaker grills run across the top, with the actual speaker itself visible on the inside. On the body, you have a micro USB port for charging that sits right in between a power button and a Bluetooth button. And by charging, you can use it as a standalone speaker and do away with the bass, if you choose to do so, of course. The bass is just an accessory. The speaker even comes with a carrying pouch, but this thing sheds fabric like crazy, and I will not be using this pouch. To power it on, you press and hold the power button, and the same goes for the Bluetooth button if you want to manually pair it up. Despite the speaker looking as if it came out of a Star Wars movie, it gets pretty darn loud, but not much bass comes out this guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's small thumps here and there, like when listening to hip hop for example, you hear the beats, but it's definitely not impressive to music lovers like me. They do advertise that you get a sort of 3D surround sound effect when the speaker is spinning, but I didn't hear any difference. Alright, so let's get to the fun part, the actual levitation. The magnetic base has a brushed aluminum surface that's sort of satisfying to the touch if you ask me. It features 4 blue decorative LEDs that light up when it's plugged in, but these LEDs are also used as a guide to help you align it properly, with the center being the sweet spot. When all 4 LEDs are solid, it'll begin to suspend in the air thanks to its powerful magnet technology. When it's levitating, the momentum of the magnets allow it to spin on its own. And it just looks mesmerizing. I can't stress it enough. But you do have to play with it a little to get it there in the first place, because the magnets on the base are really strong. It basically snatches the speaker out of your hand. It actually scared me because when you powered the base off, the speaker snaps back to the surface with a tremendous amount of force. It's a little frustrating to handle, it's like a game to get it right. It takes practice, but I found that it's best to use two hands when aligning it. Now I can see why the strong magnets are necessary to achieve such an effect, but it's something that concerns me because I can't help but feel that the bass will eventually get damaged over time, given the amount of force it consistently hits it. So that's something I'll have to look out for. Now what is pretty sweet though is that the speaker itself is equipped with NFC right up top center on the blue LED. So that's a huge plus when it comes to ease of pairing, and one that I'm quite happy about. You also get a kind of 2-in-1 product here, as the magnetic base is also a charging station with a USB 2.0 port. Now as far as battery is concerned, it's a 1500 mAh battery and it's advertised for around 10 hours of playback time. And I'm here to say that it actually performs close to it. I got an average of around 8 hours of use at a pretty decent volume, just a little bit more than halfway. Speaking of volume, I wish there were some volume buttons on the speaker itself. That's something I would have really liked to see. There's also no speakerphone capabilities, which I think would have been useful as well. Overall, it's a really impressive setup, and I'm always fond of futuristic style technology. I think they nailed this effect, and I do hope to see more mainstream speakers from top manufacturers use this technology. I think that'd be interesting to see.